Manchester United transfer news update. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for the latest Manchester United news. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Gordon Strachan tells Man United to sign £30 million star who'd be better than Osimhen. After a defeat in the Europa League final and a Premier League campaign filled with disaster, the last thing Manchester United needed was more football. Ruben Amorim is crying out for a holiday, yearning for some time off, as too are his players. Sadly, that isn't the case. They've embarked on a post-season tour to Asia, which rather typically, has started in embarrassing fashion. Facing off against ASEAN All-Stars in front of over 70,000 people, a Red Devils team mixed with academy players and experienced senior pros were beaten 1-0. While the game ultimately doesn't matter, it did rubber stamp why United are in dire need of improving the squad this summer. Man United summer transfer plans. The season has only just finished, but Ineos are already closing in on their first big addition of the summer. On Tuesday, it was revealed by multiple sources that Matheus Cunha was set to undergo a medical after United agreed to pay his £62.5 million release clause at Wolves. He's not the only forward player who could arrive from another Premier League club, with reports suggesting that they've held talks to sign Brentford talisman Bryan Mbeumo. The winger was one of the standout players in England's top flight this campaign, scoring 20 times, enough to rank him as the fourth top scorer in the league behind Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak and Erling Haaland. It's evident United are doing their utmost to improve the attack and could bolster further through Liam Delap. One report a few days ago revealed that personal terms had been agreed with the player, although TalkSport shared the breaking news on Wednesday that he's now likely to join Chelsea. With all that said, who would be the number one option for former Manchester United icon Gordon Strachan? Gordon Strachan's number one option for Man United. Speaking exclusively to Football Fancast this week on behalf of eSports Insider, Strachan gave his view on the club's transfer business this summer. Asked who would be a better signing, Delap or another target in Victor Osimhen, the former Scotland international said. Delap. Absolutely. He's young, he's enthusiastic, and I don't think he'll bring any baggage. Why is added baggage a problem? Well, Strachan felt like the last thing United needed was another disruptive figure. Some recent signings from Man United have had a bit of baggage, in fact the whole club has a bit of baggage at the moment, but Delap would be a safe signing. Outlining the Ipswich forward's best qualities, the player-turned-pundit commented, "I don't think defenders like playing against him. If you went round all the defenders in the Premier League and asked who you don't like playing against, he'd be one of them. This guy seems to really." Manchester United misfit Antony makes honest transfer admission ahead of return. Manchester United outcast Antony has flourished on loan at Real Betis but admits he is none the wiser as to whether or not he will be with the Spanish club next season. Antony admits he has no idea whether he will be able to return to Real Betis next season following the La Liga outfit's crushing defeat in the Europa Conference League final against Chelsea. The winger, 25, was farmed out on loan by Manchester United in January after failing to impress in a red shirt since his blockbuster £85 million transfer in the summer of 2022. He has flourished during his time in Spain, although he was largely anonymous in Wednesday night's final in Poland, which Chelsea won 4-1. An emotional Antony was quizzed about his future after the game, and while he continues to make no secret of his desire to stay at Betis, the Brazilian is taking nothing for granted ahead of the summer transfer window. Speaking to CBS Sports, Antony said, "I don't know what will happen in the future, only God knows. My work is playing and I'm doing that well. I have a lot of affection for Betis, for everyone, but I have a contract with Man United and I don't know what's going to happen, only they know what's happening. Now I will go to the national team and then on holiday, then we will see what happens in the future. I'm very happy here, everyone knows that. I went to sleep and I woke up happy, but I have a contract and I don't know what's going to happen." Manchester United would welcome the chance to offload Antony for good and are prepared to take a significant loss on a player who has never looked like the same star that dazzled under the club's previous manager, Erik ten Hag, at Ajax. But while the Red Devils will consider serious offers for all of their players this summer, there are significant doubts that Betis could finance a permanent deal for Antony. After lighting up La Liga during his loan spell, all eyes were on Antony ahead of Wednesday night's big game with Chelsea. But he failed to perform and was even branded a ghost by former Blues defender Frank Leboeuf. He told ESPN, "It wasn't his night. I don't really follow La Liga except the big games, but I thought Antony had a better change in his football. Today I saw the ghost that was playing for Manchester United. The only thing he did was pick fights with Enzo Fernandez. I was very disappointed with his game. I was expecting something more creative and dangerous. Unfortunately for Betis, we didn't see the Antony who has been good during his loan. That guy has to avoid English football, that's it. Don't play against English teams and don't play for any football club in England because it doesn't suit him." Signing hothead Matheus Cunha is a big risk. For some football fans, the off-season is the part of the calendar that they look forward to the most, as that can only mean one thing: it's time for transfers. The 2025 summer window is set to be one of the busiest in recent times, with some huge names already being linked with big money moves. We all know that some transfers turn out well for all parties involved, but there are plenty where at least one of the clubs, or even the player, are left wondering what might have been had they made a different decision while at the negotiating table. Goal is here, then, to ensure you know who did the best out of every massive deal before the players have even been officially unveiled. Throughout the summer window, we will be grading every done deal as it happens, letting you track the big winners, and losers, of transfer season. Matheus Cunha, Wolves to Manchester United, £62.5 million. For Wolves, undoubtedly a disappointing departure. Cunha has been the key element in Wolves' attack since arriving at Molineux in December 2022 with 33 goals in 92 games across all competitions. However, given the quality of his performances, he was always likely to leave at some point and, thanks to the pretty hefty buyout clause, a tidy profit has been made on a player acquired for £35 million, $47 million. It should also be noted that Wolves stood their ground when it came to the structure of the payments. Replacing Cunha is obviously going to be a tough task, but Wolves coped well without him during last season's 4-game suspension, and there might even be a little relief at board level that they've managed to find someone willing to pay such a significant sum of money for such a combustible character. For United, a risk, but one that simply had to be taken. Let's face it, Old Trafford is no longer the most attractive destination for top players. The ground is crumbling, the owners are odious, the fans are revolting, and the team is terrible, which culminated in an embarrassing defeat to serial losers Tottenham that means United don't even have European football to look forward to next season. In that context, they've done well to sign one of the most exciting attackers in the Premier League. So, while there are undeniably concerns over Cunha's short fuse, and the fact that he flopped at Atletico Madrid before moving to Wolves, he'll be welcomed with open arms at Old Trafford, not least because his skill set appears to be well suited to the left-sided number 10 role within Ruben Amorim's 3-4-2-1 formation. One worry, though, would be the fact that few players spend more time walking through Premier League games than Cunha. For Cunha, a strange decision on the face of it. Cunha said he wanted to leave Wolves to win titles and has previously been linked with far stronger sides than United, including Arsenal and Liverpool. However, the word is that a lot of top teams went cool on Cunha because of his hot head, which makes. I have a contract. Antony gives update on his Man United future after Real Betis loan ends. Man United have a decision to make on Antony's future this summer after a productive loan spell at Real Betis. Manchester United winger Antony remains unsure about his long-term future after his Real Betis loan spell concluded with a 4-1 defeat to Chelsea in Wednesday night's Europa Conference League final. Despite taking an early lead at the Wrocław Stadium, Betis had no answer to Chelsea's impressive second-half comeback, which saw them plunder 4 goals in the final 25 minutes. It meant Antony did not get the fairy-tale conclusion to his Betis loan spell he was looking for. He joined the Spanish outfit in January and had played a key role in helping them reach the final, scoring 4 goals and registering 3 assists in 8 knockout appearances. Overall, the Brazilian, who joined Betis on a straight loan deal without an option to buy, scored 9 times and racked up 5 assists in 26 games for the Spanish outfit, who have already made it clear that they hope to sign him again this summer. However, ahead of the transfer window officially opening for business on Sunday, the winger, who joined United from Ajax in September 2022, has admitted he is currently unsure what will happen, despite insisting he has been very happy in Seville. "I don't know what will happen in the future, only God knows," Antony told CBS Sports. "My work is playing and I'm doing that well. I have a lot of affection for Betis, for everyone, but I have a contract with Man United and I don't know what's going to happen. Now I will go to the national team and then on holiday, then we will see what happens in the future. I'm very happy here, everyone knows that, but I have a contract.